Is going players, and welcome back to Rebel Rescue with me, FoggyPlays, on FM22. We're still in George Cork City because that is the point of this save. We're taking on UCD in the final league game of the season. As you would have seen in the last episode, we're already champions of the first division, but we're also going to have a look at the youth intake that we got because, spectacular. I've already tweeted about it, so if you look at my Twitter, you'll see what day this is being recorded on, which is probably not a great idea. But if you want to get a name for any of the players, tweet at me replying to that tweet, or leave a comment down below. If the player's still available, then I will throw your name, whatever you want, onto it, as long as it's not something that could get me in trouble. So if you do want to enjoy this episode, make sure to like and subscribe. Now let's get into the video. So fellas, as you can see from the league here, we've comfortably won it. 13 points. We did have a little bit of an upset recently. Since we won the league, we've kind of fallen off a little bit, but 13 points clear. Final game of the season. It's all looking pretty decent. The only thing about this is that there's nothing that can change in the league apart from Athlone beating Cove by 4. Athlone would need to beat Cove Ramblers 4-0, I think, for them to finish 8th. That is the only thing that can change. But as I said, youth intake, we had a pretty decent one. It is saying that Richard Sweeney, the goalkeeper, is the best player of it. I'm not 100% sure. I don't fully agree. I think Ryan Coleman, just as an option, is probably a better player. He's already made his debut and he's the youngest player to ever play for the club. 15 years old, not far from his 16th birthday. I think it was 15 years, 299 days or something like that. Luke Keane could be the person that fixes our right wing issue that we have, because Duna has been a little bit meh recently, but as you can see, attribute wise, the guy is pretty decent. Comes in as our 4th best right winger, already on a pair with Duna, so that is pretty tasty, if I do say so myself. Gregory Olivier is the one random non-Irish player. He wants to be a pressing forward on defend, but his balance is terrible. 5'9", but he's still got, when I was looking at natural fitness, 3 jumping reach. Delightful. Another right winger that came through, McNamara, or Callum White McNamara, a good player, not as good as Keane, but I did sign every single one of these players. So, like I said, none of them have been renamed yet because the tweet's only been out a short while. And I haven't checked to see if anyone has chucked a name on a player. But like I said, since we were here last in the victory against Shelburne and the defeat to Dundalk, we then went and beat Athlone 2-0. Keane Murphy with a brace, and it was comfortable. Both goals in the first half. Nothing happened after that. Wasn't really too fussed about it. We had already won the league, and I just was kind of out to get as many accolades as possible. Then we went and lost to Wexford. We just were not very good. Gordon Walker had an absolute mare of a game. Duna had a terrible, terrible game. Luke Rudden has been recalled because he wasn't playing where they wanted him to play, and he wasn't playing enough. And to be fair, he wasn't very good. Then against Galway, scraped a victory, but that's all we really needed. Heaven played tremendously poorly, and Duna didn't play great either, as Rory Keating against his old club. It's just not FM things. Keane Coleman and Luke Keane both getting on in that game. I think Keane played in this one. No. Well, no, it was Keane Coleman that came on in that one. And then against Bray, just couldn't hit the back of the net. It was just a terrible, terrible game. But in that one, Ryan Coleman, there he is, made his debut. Youngest player ever to play for the club. And today will be, if we score, my 100th goal as a manager, which is delightful. The league and cup, just in case you're wondering what their values are in Ireland, the Munster Senior Cup is valued at 2, and the league is 6. So we're not going to be affecting anything for the time being. This is just my journeyman save, as you can see, pretty successful during our time in that save. But we're hoping for the best. One league, one domestic cup, only 8 points. We do need to start winning important things, I guess, at some point. Because as it is right now, we're not really doing that. So I think Whelan is guaranteed top goal scorer as well, because he has something like 35 goals scored. I don't think anyone's going to catch him. But for today's game, we do only have the one concern from our starting 11. Gilchrist is suspended, so we're going to be without him, which is a little bit disappointing. But we've Harrington starting in goal. He's been in pretty decent form recently, so that's fantastic when your goalkeeper's playing well. Who doesn't love a bit of goalkeeper playing well? Walker, Hackenen, Coleman and O'Connor as our back four. Bolger and Cerbelli in central midfield. Keane starting his first game. As you can see, already 3 stars. This guy could be exceptional. Also, his value is 18 to 550,000. Just random. McGlade and Keating as the remainder of the attacking midfielders behind Cian Murphy, who I'm hoping can get himself a cheeky few goals. It would be nice, but we'll have to see what happens. They've made numerous changes for this game. I'm going to say I expect to win tonight, because I do. Go out there and make me proud. Actually, didn't check what his media handling is. Unflappable. Light-hearted personality. It's not the best, but what can you do? I'm going to just tell them to press these guys. I'm just going to keep an eye on Whelan, because he's he's definitely their most important player, the one that's going to affect the game the most. One thing I did do against Bray that probably shot us in the foot a little bit was I went attacking almost instantly, and I fear that may have been our downfall. That actually went out for a corner. I thought it was going out for a throw, but Keane standing on the edge of the box. Actually, no, how tall is Keane? I didn't even check. 5'11". He's actually, for some of our players, he's pretty decently sized. Like, we've Dylan McGlade is pretty short, I think. Yeah, 5'7". Not the tallest player in the world. And then you've got like Kevin O'Connor, our left back, who is 6'4", I think it is. 6'2". But he is like our set piece taker. So he does all the corners. Can't really be aiming the ball at your set piece taker, because that would be silly. But O'Connor has been an influential player this season. UCD have had every single one of their shots on target so far. That is exceptional. Well done. 5 shots, 5 on target. 0.57 XG. Not much of a difference XG wise between the two sides. So interesting. The reason Keane is playing with the number 77 is because he wanted the number 7. But Dylan McGlade had it. And what on God's green earth was Cian Murphy doing there? Tried to decanio it into the back of the net. Just, don't worry about it, lads. I'll smash it in the back of the net. It'll be grand. I'm not happy with the performance of the Bolger is not having a great game. Rory Keaton. What do you mean I'm not playing well? We're not doing enough. We need to get more involved. So Bolger's the only one that's not having a great game. So we'll worry about that in a moment. Just want to see if we can get something else. Just chuck a bit of encouragement at the lads. Potentially do something. O'Connor steps up to take the corner. Oh, Cian Coleman with his second of the season. Back of the net. Get in. Actually, Brian Coleman almost scored against Bray. It was Beautiful. It was from I think it was a corner or free kick maybe. But the fact that he's 15, struggled a little bit when it came to getting the ball in the back of the net. I think was it hit the post or did the goalkeeper block? I can't remember exactly what happened, but it was acceptable. I was happy enough. I was there going, you know what? It's not that bad. Walker with the throw finds McGlade, who's playing out on the right for some reason. Walker finds Bulger. McGlade, is he onside? Is Murphy onside? No, Murphy is offside. God damn it. Cian Murphy offside yet again. It's just quite unfortunate. I'm going to take Bulger off because he is on a booking. I'm going to bring Norstrand on. We're going to have him play, just be an advanced playmaker because that's what he can do. Duna can come on for... I'm going to leave... Am I going to... No, I'm not. Duna's not coming on. I'm going to move McGlade out to the left, bring Coffey on for Keating. Keating's been our top goal scorer. He's just not been great recently. And might have to take Hackenen off. Because he did get sent off not too long ago. And Heaven is a decent player. I probably should have put Ryan Coleman on the bench. Give him a bit of time to show the world that he's able to be a good enough player to stay in the team next year. Where we're going to be up against the best teams in Ireland, and that's a big deal. Coffey finds Keane. Keeper just put it behind, but O'Connor steps up to take the corner, whips it in, and Cian Coleman, unfortunately, heads it wide. The Cove Athlone game, just as an FYI, 1-1. So it looks like Athlone potentially going to finish bottom. Craigbo's going to come on for Walker. And what do we have left? Duna, Corcoran, or Crowley. I'm going to bring in Duna for McGlade, just because McGlade is exceptionally tired. I put Duna as an inside forward, see what he can do. What if I put Keane to inverted winger? Keane isn't, it's not necessarily that he's better as an inverted winger on support, or just because his star rating is higher. I had a quick look at his attributes. The support does seem to be a little bit better. Cian Murphy is true, and their goalkeeper is playing really rather well. But we have a corner. O'Connor. Go on, Kevin. Whip it into the box. Who are you going to aim at? Hits one of our players. They left two men up. Interesting tactic. We have actually just realised that is our 100th goal in charge of Cork City. Well done, lads. Wasn't the best game in the world, but we still got the result. I'm curious, actually. I want to show you the finances. Before you say anything, it's not my fault. Okay, it's probably my fault. We're significantly in debt. Our committed spend is 7,649 per week, but our next season wage budget is potentially 22,000. So let's see what happens with that. But we do get a cheeky bit of cash for winning the league, so that is pretty decent. I'm not going to complain because we're into the top division. Oh, we have to wait for the playoffs to finish. I was like, huh? Not much left in the way of league games. Okay, actually, just a few. How many games do you have left? Oh, 4 games left in the top division. Is there any? Actually, it's Straw had a Sligo and Longford that are going to be duking it out for survival. Can Bows actually win the league? When did Bows last? 2009. If they win the league, that'd be the first time they won it since. When did Derry last win it? Have Derry won it? I feel like Derry have won it. Have Derry won the league? 97 was the last time they won it. Ooh. Shamrock Rovers are current holders, and Dundalk 2019. So Waterford are 6th, 11. That's consistency. 11 wins, 11 draws, 11 defeats. That's pretty good. If I do say so myself. Yeah, that is everything. So final game of the season done. You had a look at the youth candidates. The guy that we're trying to sign is this guy. Just as an option up front. Because I feel like some of my players potentially could get snapped up, and I don't think our young striker, the French dude, I don't think he's really going to be like an influential goal scorer, but I could be wrong. He just doesn't scream exceptional, so we might try and I signed all these players anyway, just because why not? Although to be fair, Liam Kearney, Cork legend, did recommend signing all of them, so I did. Maybe I shouldn't have. We will never know. Well, we will. We'll find out soon enough if any of them ever actually turn out to be in any way decent. But I'm very happy with the amount of 5-star potential players we have here. Just need to make some money so we can get our facilities, increased. Also, scouting budget, 55,000. My scouts are ignoring me and just going off and scouting the world, it seems, which is just delightful. Fantastic. That Georgian guy is actually a player that was on my radar from previous because he popped up in one of the first ones that we did. So I'm not spending the money. My chief scout is, which I think is actually Vicente. That's my director of football, Vicente, chief scout. Yep, the Valencia and Brighton player. Also, Brian McBride is my director of football. So the more you know. So next episode will be the end of season review and the transfer special. So if you have enjoyed this episode, do make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Comment down below who do you think is going to be the player of the season, which is probably something that I think it's got to be Kevin O'Connor. Just putting it out there, Kevin O'Connor will be signing of the season, and Mark McNulty has just turned 41. Happy birthday, Mark. We do love you. But yeah, all of that being said, thank you very much, and I will catch you in the next one.